Had a little listen to his podcast, huh?
Dude, it's educational. And besides, I've been wanting to listen to this one.
Welcome to Idling in the Impala, a podcast by and for lovers of supernatural and the fanfiction it inspires. Before we begin, just want to remind you to follow us wherever you listen so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. If you love what we do and want an easy way to show your support, please consider leaving us a positive, that's all the stars, rating on your favourite listening platform. Helps SPN and fanfic lovers find us and sharing the fun. I'm Kasey.
I'm Sandra, and we're welcoming a writer who showed up on our radar not too long ago. Liane, known as ChevroletDean, primarily writes reader insert and is an engaging, active member of the fandom across many social media platforms. Through mutual creator friends, we were told about Liana's gender-neutral stories for one of our fic representation episodes. Liane provided some insight by participating in our survey on the whys and hows of writing a gender-neutral fic, but we wanted to talk with them in more detail about fandom and fanfic. They graciously accepted our invitation for a chat. So big thanks for joining us, and welcome to the podcast, Liane.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you again for inviting me.
I've seen you in lots of different fandom circles, fandom spaces, I think Discord. It feels to me like you're in lots of different places, just everywhere. So I'm looking forward to getting into that, and especially on Tumblr. I know you have quite a presence, and there's a whole followers thing I want to talk about too that you recently did. But before all of the fandom and fanfic part of your journey started, I wanted to kind of circle all the way back and find out when exactly you got into Supernatural.
Yeah. So, I would say I started watching in, I think it was 2013 or 14.
Okay.
And there's actually a little bit of a funny story behind it, because I know I was 16 turning 17. And back then in Germany, we didn't have Netflix. We didn't have anything. So yeah, basically what you had to do when you wanted to watch a TV show is you either had to wait until it would air on TV and just record it or watch it, or you would have to buy the DVD. So you could pirate it online, I guess. But what I did, I just bought the first 2 seasons on DVD, and they were rated for ages 16 and above. So that was fine. But when I wanted to buy the 3rd season, back then, it was rated for ages 18 and above. And I had to ask my mom to buy it for me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't think they would have asked me for my ID, but I was just a little bit nervous. So I was like, hey, Mom, could you buy it for me? And, she, I mean, I watched it in the living room and stuff. So she kind of often walked by and saw a couple of scenes. And she was like, yeah, okay. I know the general gist of the show. I think you can handle it. It's okay. I can buy it for you. I don't know which episode it was. It was only 1 episode. And it must have been on the very last disc. So one of the, I think the 3 last episodes. And I don't know which one.
So got that? You mean that got that rating? That's what kind of Well, I'm wondering if it's
could have been the last.
Could it be the last season?
Probably.
When Dean gets everything that's happening to him
with the hellhounds and stuff.
Yeah, and then maybe the hell scene.
Maybe.
It could have been the hell scene as well. Yeah,
maybe.
I feel like, and Kasey, I feel like when we talked to Ashtray Thief, I believe they said something similar too about the rating. This is a while back, but I think they were from Germany as well, and I think they said the same thing. That apparently we're fine with all the violence and gore here. It's just the sex that we can't handle. I mean, Kasey had a similar, I think, experience too with a lot of the shows. You just had to wait, right, Case? For a lot of that, especially with Supernatural.
Stuff coming out of America, she's about 6 months to a year behind. So obviously, I wasn't watching Supernatural at the time that it aired, but yeah, we did. Now we've all got VPNs and we just watch it on catch up.
Well, yeah. True.
Yeah.
2013, 2014, you said. So was it ever on your radar before that, or no? What was it that kind of got you interested in it?
So what happened was basically I was on Tumblr in 2012. Me and my friends were just mostly there for anime and video game stuff. And, it was the prime time of Super Hulock, so you couldn't really miss it at all.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, she came up to me and she said, hey, the Supernatural show, I think you might like it because I know you like horror stuff and I know you like Buffy. And I was like, all right, bet. So I kind of saw GIFs here and there and just discourse on it on Tumblr, but I never really understood what it was. But then I saw people comparing it to Buffy a lot, especially for the Monster of the Week kind of thing. And that's kind of what got me hooked on season 1, yes.
Okay. And did you, like, so for Super Hulock, I mean, were you into any of those other shows too? Or was it just because it was all over Tumblr at the time?
It was just all over Tumblr. I was not a Super Hulocky. I have watched Sherlock. Doctor Who was just too intimidating for me.
Because of all the seasons and everything.
Yeah.
Where do you start?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Where do you start?
It's funny because Kasey and I kind of got into it later, so we weren't like around for the whole Super Hulock of it all. But I just always find it, like, I remember getting into the show and seeing some stuff on Tumblr and like maybe not getting the references or anything yet. So to know that that was like, you know, probably like thrown at you and like, I have no idea. I don't know what this is and all that kind of stuff. And then to eventually get into the show and be like, oh, there's that. Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Now I understand where that came from. Was there one like GIF or meme in particular that you were just like, what the heck is this going to be about? And then when you saw the show, you're like, yes.
Which one was it?
With Supernatural, there's just so many because we still are, I think, famously known for having a GIF for everything.
Yes.
I specifically remember the yellow fever one with the cat. Where he screams. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I think back then I thought, because I knew it was kind of about them hunting demons or something, I thought, is the cat possessed? What's happening?
Yeah, that would have made sense. Absolutely.
Honestly, a valid question, though. Honestly, a valid question.
Yeah.
My favorite random GIF that you can find in the wild has always been Dean dies randomly in the shower. My favorite.
Yeah.
That one's a good one. That one's a good one. Yeah. So you said your love of horror too. So did you have something previously, like before even, like, because Buffy to me feels like campy horror. So are you more like a real like horror aficionado, or do you like the campy horror aspect of stuff?
Both. For Buffy, yeah, sure. It's definitely more campy and not as spooky, but I love the grittiness of season 1 especially. I'm a huge fan of like slasher movies and stuff like that. So maybe
who's your favorite?
Tied into that. It's hard to pick. Probably Freddy Krueger.
That's old school for me because I remember Freddy Krueger. I was back in like when it first came out. Like that was like a big old deal for Mr. Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, indeed.
Nightmare on Elm Street is great.
Yeah, valid. I mean, personally, although I don't know,
really love Final Destination.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I don't know if the Hellraisers count as slasher movies. I probably don't think they do, but I'm more scared of Pinhead than I am of Freddy or Jason.
I would say so. Kind of counts.
Yeah.
I can't watch Hellraiser because of the pins. Like I can't watch him as a character. Like the body horror of that is just not something I can do. Like I'm like, no, I can't, because then my brain like, no, thank you. No.
You know what though?
Not good with needles.
The pins don't bother me. It's the Cenobite in the first few movies. It's the Chatterer, the one that's the teeth click. That really, I hate that. And then there's the SPN episode, the Chitterers. Oh God.
Yeah, the sound.
Significant distress from that one.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. Oh goodness.
Finally, nails and heads I'm fine with, but teeth noises I'm out. So doing guys.
Well, it's a shame too, because like there's a lot of like, because I'm not really into horror too, but there's a lot of horror movies I've heard about that I've gotten like heard are really, really good, like in terms of storyline, plot, acting. But I know there's a body horror aspect to them that I'm just like, I can't do, or it's just so creepy. I know I wouldn't be able to watch it. Like I've heard really great things about it. It's an older movie called Hereditary, and I've just heard it's so like psychologically damaging.
The original or the remake that was
the one with, it has Toni Collette in it, and I really love her as an actress, but I've just heard really good things about that movie, but I know I can't watch it because I think there's a sound element to it, and there's also it's demons, it's all, it's kind of like Rosemary's Baby but on crack. I think kind of like it's like elevated like way up there. So it's just like I'd love to watch it. I don't think I could because I know I'd have nightmares. Like it that would stay stuck in my brain, kind of a situation.
Okay, like real talk, I watched Rosemary's Baby and I got to the end of it and I was like, fuck me, that was a long film.
No,
First
it was
of all, that was my first thought.
But I mean like the concept of it. Like it's kind of like the same.
Oh, just the concept. Right,
yeah,
okay.
like it's got a similar kind of
the story
like,
is very creepy.
Yeah. And it's just yeah. So
well,
I can't.
I got to the end of Rosemary's Baby going, well, that was fucking tedious. I didn't enjoy it.
I mean, again, what they don't show, you know what I mean? And again, I think like that's when I lean into that too, like the horror part of it or the creepiness of it, of not seeing and seeing everybody else's reaction, I think was, you know, and the coven, so to speak, or, you know, the people that were, you know, like wanting all this stuff to happen and all that, like how people are sometimes the worst evil out there, Kasey, like we were just talking about too, you know?
Humans are the real evil.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I mean, there's also definitely the difference between like atmospheric horror and just straight up body horror or splatter, or if there's a lot of violence and gross stuff, or if it's just unsettling and creepy, there's definitely a difference there.
I would far rather, like, I used to be fine with gore, but turns out as I've got old, I'm less okay with it now. But I would far rather watch a gory, bloody fic than something that makes me unsettled. Don't like that. And I have
something
children.
I don't have to remember. Like it's not going to stay stuck in my brain. Like, ew, that was kind of gross, but okay, I'm not going to have nightmares about kind of thing. Yeah.
Whereas, and especially anything to do with children, I'm out. I have children. I've experienced the horror of waking up at 3 a.m. to a child 2 inches from your face.
I threw up.
I want a drink. You know? So I'd give me a good old fashioned slasher movie any day of the week.
Well, this is where I think it's a good spot for Kasey's question. I have an idea because of what we're staring at, but I feel like we might not know for sure. We could be totally thrown off by this.
We might not know for
sure.
sure.
Kasey.
If you can, like, you don't have to, it's totally fine. But if you can, do you feel like you are more one brother than the other in terms of a Blorbo? Or are you both? Do you have a different Blorbo? Where you falling in the Blorbo scale?
The Blorbo scale. There's a long answer and there's a short answer to this. The short answer is basically what you're staring at. I am a Dean girly. It's Dean.
Yep.
But the long answer is it wasn't always that way. Because season 1, as much as I love the horror aspect of it, I couldn't really get into it very fast because he was annoying me so much. Well, you know, again, I love the horror aspect of it. I love the monster of the week kind of thing. I love how gritty and dark it is. But this whole arc surrounding John just pissed me off so much. Like, I really, really hate John. And I know it's like an integral part of the character growth, and it's very important. And it's not so bad now. Like, I can watch it now. It's still hard to watch for me sometimes. More in terms of like angst and just it being a little sad. But when I first watched it, it was so annoying to me how he was just, oh, Dad, you're my hero. I was like, please shut up. I'm sorry. And I always thought, because Sam was so angry at John, like, I appreciated that so much. I was like, yes, please scream at this man. I can't. I just can't.
Valid.
I'm just watching. I'm almost at the end of season 1. I've started my rewatch, and there's one. I think it's the Salvation episode, and it's where you start to see Dean talk back to John and really like stand up to him. And John's like, says something like, well, okay, but I'm not really appreciating this new tone or whatever that you've got going on. And I feel like a lot of it is his relationship with Sam that gives him, you know, the motivation to test. But he won't just necessarily do that on his own. Like, you know, he needs that, he needs that backup. But then he's also the person that was like in the middle of it, you know, like kind of a thing too. So it's interesting to see people and how their reactions are to the same person based on their relationship and stuff. I mean, I know that it's season 1 has a lot of that angst about Dad and stuff and all of that in there. And every time I watch something and he's just not picking up or they're leaving him a message, I'm just like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? It's just like, it's more irritation on top of irritation.
Something like that happens to your brother, you call. Sam called when I was dying. You didn't answer the fucking phone, dickhead. I'm starting a new fan club. It's called Fuck You, John Winchester. We have t-shirts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely, like, it's logical for it to be in the show, and it's a good arc. The first time watching it, I was getting a little tired of it. Now I like it more. I've learned to appreciate it. It's grown on me, but...
And they're just babies. They're so little when you go back and watch them. Yeah.
They're tiny.
I will sit through the John arc, and I will sit there and I will bite my tongue and I will be like, fuck you, John Winchester. I'll sit through all of it for Sam pulling his big boy voice from his boots when he yells at John. I don't even know what episode it is, but that voice comes from Jared's fucking boots, and I'm like, yes. And then you know, like, spoilers,
that was such a good scene.
Yeah, and then he dies at the end of season 1. Fuck you. Well, it's the start of season 2.
And everyone cheers.
And everyone cheers. It's great. Fuck you, John. Get out. Nobody cares what you think.
Yep.
Everybody says that too. Like, you know, we know he has to be the person that kicks it all off. You know, so like, yeah, you know. But I'm like, but there's I'm okay with really disliking him hard. Like, it's good. Like, that's fine. I know you talked about like season 1 for the grittiness of it. What's like overall thoughts about the show and how it kind of like morphed and evolved and changed? Like, do you have soft spots, soft seasons, like things that you really love, seasons you're like, oh, I wish they didn't do this? Just like overall like little thoughts about the show.
More like arcs or single episodes. Specifically for Dean, by the way, the episode that single-handedly turned me into a Dean girl. Do you want to take a guess?
What season? What season?
Season 2. Towards the end of it.
Is it What Isn't What She'll Never Be?
Yes.
Okay. We were just talking about that. Yeah. The gin episode.
Yes, the gin episode. It's just... Okay.
I'm sorry, you say season 2 to me, and I'm like, is it Sam leaping over the balcony and playthings? Is it? Because the thought process was season 2, playthings, no, wrong character, dead in the water, wrong season, fuck knows. That was the train journey that my brain went on then.
Plot twist, it was the clowns. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was the that. I think it's really funny.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. It's a good episode.
It's one of the best.
Was it just more about really getting, because I feel like those episodes where you get to see more like of his, like, just kind of being open when he's really kind of by himself.
Well, it just made me cry my eyes out.
Yeah, it does. Is
it when he goes to visit John's grave and he's like, why me? Why does it have to be me? Yeah, no, all right, fair enough.
I like my man pathetic. I'm sorry.
Sandra, please make that the episode title. Please.
I might. I don't know. I'll write it down.
That's great. I love it. That's honestly, I feel like that could be the tagline for most Supernatural fans. I like my men pathetic. I love that so much.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, did you finish the whole shebang, or you didn't quit anywhere in the middle?
Multiple times.
Multiple times. All right then.
Okay.
All right then. So this might actually be an interesting question, being as you are a Dean fan. I think you're the first Dean fan we've had on in quite some time.
In a bit, yeah.
Oh, no, you're not. Well, no, actually, you are. Yeah, no. Ignore
What's
me.
The ratio?
Currently, it is 25 Sam fans to 27 Dean fans.
Oh,
so you're winning just a little bit.
For now.
I'm bringing more Sams on.
Way.
Yeah.
No, it has to stay that way. Complaining wildly completes me. I told you.
I know.
So mystery spot then. Thoughts on the episode? Love it? Hate it?
Love it. It's great. It's fun. It looks pretty. Always been. No. I mean, seriously, I'm like a sucker for like the little details when they have like weird camera angles.
Okay. So like the cinematography or like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it's a good episode. It's fun to watch, as fucked up as it is. It's one of the funnier episodes.
Me and my residual Sam trauma are gonna press X to get out there. But you can have your opinion. That's fine. No, go ahead.
No. I'm just, well, yeah.
It's like, yeah, valid.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's interesting. Most people seem to really like the episode. There's only been a few Sam fans that have been like, no, I hate it. Even the Sam fans are like, I hate that I like it, but I really do like it. So it's just me. I'm weird. So what do you think? What do you think happened at the end of that episode? Then do you think Sam stayed in the like AU time loopy thing the Trickster had set up, or do you think he actually lived his 6 months and the Trickster sent him back in time? Like Cass sent Dean back in time a couple of times. Asking the hard-hitting supernatural questions.
I know that's one of the popular headcanons that everything went wrong there and, with them dying all the time. But I don't know. I think probably that the Trickster made him go through this time thing and then they just reset it, kind of.
Question the second. Do you think Sam remembered his 6 months without Dean?
Yes.
No hesitation.
Definitely.
Yeah, I also agree. No hesitation. No, yes, he did.
Agree on that one. Do you think he ever told Dean about them, though?
Oh my god, you're asking. Oh my god. Ouch. I don't want to think about that.
I'm so sorry.
Well, no wonder you hate this episode.
These are the questions I have to ask myself when we watch Mystery Spot, which is never so. Question. Welcome aboard. I'm ruining it for everybody.
No. It's a very good question. You know what? I'm gonna say. Did he ever tell him? I don't think so. They keep their secrets all the time.
Yes.
We've never really had like the phone call. It still ticks me off that they never cleared up that the phone call was fake in season 4.
Yes.
Or when Dean killed himself thinking Sam was dead, he also never elaborated on that. Also, weird choice.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly normal response.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think I've read somewhere, like, someone said something like, if Dean dies, then Sam just is a menace to the world, but if Sam dies, Dean is just a menace to himself.
Oh, that's very true, though.
We've had Jackie on it. I think Jackie has a similar, like, feel about that, too. That, there's, like, one would just be like, and I think Mystery Spot is a really good example of that for Sam. Like when you see how he is without Dean, and he's on this vengeance mission kind of a thing. And I think Dean would just fall apart and wouldn't know.
Very weird. It is. I think you can pull from Sam's reaction, like the second half of Mystery Spot. Like I'm personally grasping at straws here because I believe that Sam Winchester is a perfect angel baby who's never done a thing wrong a day in his life. And I will defend that. So when people are like, oh, Sam didn't look for Dean in season 8, he just left him in purgatory. But I think that you can rationalize and explain that by saying Sam saw how dark he went after Mystery Spot and he was like, I can't do this again.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's my justification. And I'm sticking to it because he's an angel baby and he's never done a thing wrong in his life. He was saving the world from vengeful Sam. That's what it was.
I never thought of it that way, but I never blamed him either for not looking for Dean. Like, I hated when people just bash him for that. I was never that bothered by it. It kind of made sense to me. I don't know why.
Well, you're looking at it rationally. I was like, God damn it, Sam. Why did you do that? I think we've talked about it too. It has a lot to do with Kevin. Like, to me, it's like I almost understand if they were at some point they were fine, like, you know what, I'm actually going to listen to what my brother says and not do the things to try to get me back. But the whole Kevin part of it, like, really kind of upsets me.
No, Kevin wasn't Sam's fault because he was in throes of grief and hit a dog and you guys just don't understand. And because you'd seen how dark he went when he looked for Dean. So let's make a clean break. Unfortunately, Kevin was a bystander of that. I'm not fooling anybody, least of all myself. When I get indignant about I have to just forget Kevin. Otherwise, my whole argument falls to pieces.
Who are some of your favorite characters that you were introduced to on Supernatural?
Definitely Cass. I love him so much. He's one of my favorite characters just overall, not just in Supernatural. He's great. Other than that, I think I wrote it in the notes of the interview thing. The women of Supernatural are amazing. I really love all of them, actually, if not just the vast majority of them, even though the writers treated them horribly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rowena, Charlie, Claire, those are my all-time favorites for sure.
Now, did you like Rowena right off the bat?
Yes, immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. I fell in love with her the moment we saw her. It was just so iconic with her sitting on her chair. I think she had like a wine glass in her hand. It was great.
Yeah,
like,
and then
okay,
the bodies
gonna
were
love
above her on the ceiling. Yeah,
Yeah, and I always loved the witches in Supernatural.
Now,
So I was very
I've always
excited to
thought,
have
like, I don't know,
more
like
of that.
the witches, I feel like they got a bum rap too, because I mean, a lot of the stuff that they did with them, I was kind of like,
Have
I
they
felt like,
considered not being so gross though?
yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like a lot of the stuff that they were doing initially, I think in the beginning, we were just like, oh, like I love witches inherently, like I love that concept, but I feel like they didn't really come into their own with it until Rowena. I feel like Rowena really kind of set a tone that then they were willing to, you know, follow through with that and really just up it a little bit more, which, yeah, I didn't like her when she first came on, but then I grew to love her in immensely as a character. Like she's one of the characters that upon more rewatches, I'm just like, I love her. I just think she's so important to the last third of the show, you know, that it's really interesting to see her growth. You know, not really growth, because I mean, I think she kind of stuck to her thoughts the same way, but I think it's her growth with the other characters on the show and the relationships, I think, you know, that she had with them.
Thoughts on Sam Wiener as a ship?
Oh yeah, Sam Wiener. Did you ever think that would be a go in terms of shipping?
For me, I love Sam Wiener, yes.
Oh, okay.
I love their dynamic a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. There was definitely stuff going on behind them bookshelves. Damn till.
There was chemistry. Sure was.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Poor Charlie though. Yeah, what did you think of Apocalypse Charlie coming back? Did you like that? We are I'm not fans of a lot of the people that they brought back in Apocalypse form.
Me neither. Like, I like Charlie, but just in general, the whole Apocalypse world arc was very confusing to me, and it kind of defeated the whole purpose of a character death, in my opinion. Like, you were like, oh, we could just get it back in a different version. Like, that kind of killed the vibes a little bit. Yeah. But I don't hate them. I just, I was a little indifferent about it, I think. And I definitely want, like, forgive the writers for what they did to Charlie, even if they brought her back differently.
Yeah, because it's not our Charlie, is it? You can't undo that. You can't unring that bell. Yep.
And it felt like they were trying to do it. Like, oh, damn, here you go, you have her back. And it's like, no, it's not the same gun.
It's not our Charlie, no.
Not the same.
Same with Bobby as well. Like, I went through the ringer.
Yes,
we went through the ringer with Bobby. You can't be like, oh, here he is wearing a different hat. Not my Bobby, though. Not my Bobby.
Not my Bobby.
Yep.
With Claire, is it the Claire and the Castiel that like that relationship, and also maybe Claire and Dean? Like, what is it about Claire that makes her like in your like top?
The thing with Claire is I love a good angsty, rebellious teenager character, and I think as I watched it as it aired, like I started getting up to date in like season 9 or 10, so around the time she was introduced as a more permanent character. I think we're the same age, so I was very much relating to her.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah, damn, that's cool. Yeah. And
she's so cool and badass. She had a beautiful haircut as well. We'll forever be jealous of her.
I don't have the same hair, but
no,
I did feel seen, you know?
Yeah.
So, definitely love that. I really love her dynamic with Dean as well. And to me, she's kind of like a female teenager version of him.
Absolutely.
In some way, shape.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I love her just for that alone.
I wanted to get a little bit into the fandom part before we talk about like your writing journey and stuff. So, I mean, like I said, I see you everywhere, and I know that you have a really big presence on Tumblr. And is that just because of the amount of time you've been on there? Because you had a recent You had a recent 5,000 follower celebration, which congratulations on that. But like, how did that sort of
Thank you.
flourish or blossom, or like what? I mean, do you basically like, is Tumblr like your safe space? Like, you know this place in and out, you love it there, and that's kind of how, you know, all of the interactions and stuff come about? Because I am not. I wish I was better at Tumblr. I like going and looking at pretty pictures of Dean and stuff, but like in terms of like posting and engaging and stuff. And I think you're also good buddies with Zeps guys. So I know she's very much like into all of that and the engagement and all the things. She does all the stuff. So yes, talk to us about your Tumblr ways and how that came about and what you do.
Your ways.
Yes.
Right, gladly. Well, teach me. I'm not an expert. I wouldn't even call myself a veteran, really. I've been there for a very, very long time, and most of those 5,000 followers are just blogs that have been inactive for several years. It's just a nice number to look at.
We'll count them. We'll count them anyway.
They were active at one point.
Yes,
it's fine.
They count.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
But, you know, I just started rewatching Supernatural, I think it was like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I was getting fed up with Twitter and Instagram and just everything, basically. And I really love Tumblr for the engagement thing that you also mentioned. It's just such a nice place to chat with others, or just to reblog and back and forth and send messages to people via inbox and stuff like that, and for creations and artwork and writing. And I just returned to it and thought, hey, let's give it a whirl. Why not? And I didn't know, and I didn't realize that the Supernatural fandom, specifically with fanfiction, was still, or is again, so big on Tumblr. But I found myself just slipping right back into it effortlessly, because the people there are just very welcoming. I have not published much, if any, fanfiction on Tumblr before.
Okay.
I just started out like 2 years ago, I think. And it just came naturally.
Nice.
And yeah, it's like you said, with Alex does the same thing. I think engagement is just the most important thing, like reblogging stuff, commenting stuff, and just talking to other people. And I don't really know of any other social media platforms that do it as well as Tumblr does it, because most of it is just, you have an algorithm and it shows you stuff that you probably think is cool, and it's very nice to have something catered to you. But on Tumblr, you kind of have to work for it, right? You have to search for stuff that you like. You have to reach out to people. You have to just be social. Like, that's social media. And I miss that in Twitter and TikTok and whatnot. But yeah, basically, that's it.
Okay, so it's the social aspect, I think, that we're missing, Kasey.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
It's the social aspect.
I do like the part of Tumblr that you have to put the work in to see what you like, because every other social media platform is algorithm driven.
Yes.
And that's great, but it's 2 a.m. and I'm looking at fucking like horse feet video, like farrier videos, and I'm like, I don't know how I know how I got that. But you know, when you're just like next, and then you just like find yourself in weird places that you don't necessarily want to be in. And then you look at one thing and then the algorithm's like, you like this. Yeah. I opened one fucking image on Reddit. And it wasn't even a subreddit that I followed, but I opened one image and Reddit immediately within 5 minutes went, oh, you want superhero memes? No, I didn't want superhero memes. So now I have to go through and manually fucking click on them all and go, don't show less of this, show less of this. You don't have that with Tumblr. Yeah. You put the work in for what you want. And I appreciate that. I just don't have time or energy.
I think for me too, it's like that. I love reblogging and stuff like that, you know, like that kind of stuff, and liking things. I think for me, I get a little more confused about how the replies sometimes work, because to me, my brain's like, but I think they've changed that a little bit too. They've made it a little bit more like who you're replying to. It's a little bit easier to understand, I think, in like the threads and stuff happening down at the bottom, because I'm always thinking, well, who am I replying to? Is this going to go back to this person? Do I have to tag that person? Yeah. So it's kind of like those things in my brain. It's like, it's so for me, then that's an old person problem. Like, I just have that problem in general now, but just like trying to figure out how to work in different social media places. And I think it's true. I mean, I think Twitter a long time ago was mainly just because I was getting into Supernatural, and then I had a couple buddies on there, chatted with all the time, but then it was like it wasn't a fun space anymore, so I kind of got out of that. And but I've always enjoyed Tumblr seems novel in a way, like it's just this different little space that's kind of its own little thing, and like it doesn't adhere to a lot of other rules like we were talking about with algorithms and the way things work. So yeah, I think you are right. You do have to kind of like do a little more searching, and like really, like if you want to find stuff, you have to dig into it, which I think is why when Kasey and I started, like I think AO3 was like our main place for fan fiction, because you've got to search for the stuff, right? It's not just going to come at you. But when I first started on Tumblr, and you started to realize, oh, this is a person that does Dean / reader. And then you would you'd see they were talking to other people. So then you could go and follow their blogs, and you could go follow their blogs. And you could kind of see like how the spider, like how it just went out and like did its little spool thing and like connected people. So I've always found that homey almost in a way. It feels a little more, it feels a little more intimate, I think, with some of the people that you chat with on there too. Like you can really have really good relationships, or people that you follow, you just feel that it's just in this little circle of like safe space. Really, if you wanted to stay there, you won't get just immediately hit with a lot of other things. You might get suggestions, but it's not the same as putting it through your feed. I think, Kasey, like you were saying, once you get stuck in that like loop of something and then all the stuff you have to do to get out of it, I feel like Tumblr is very different that way. Yeah. Yeah.
In my defense, I have approximate knowledge of so many things because I wind up down fucking rabbit holes like that at 2 a.m.
No, and I think, that's impressive in and of itself. So no, you know a lot more about things that I would never know about. So yes, please. I keep doing it to an extent, but don't drive yourself nuts either. We don't want you like down the rabbit hole and they would know how to get here. What was the celebration called that you did for your 5,000 followers? What was that?
It was the Dicey follower celebration, and it was Dungeons and Dragons. It was inspired by it. I wouldn't say it was necessarily themed after it. Okay. But there were some little aspects of that thing in it. Yes.
Okay. So like people would, like, you'd say a role or something like that, and then they'd have something that you'd have to put in it. It was a lot of prompt stuff, right? That they were able to give you.
Exactly. It's basically, it sounded all fancy and complicated, but you don't really have to know anything about D&D or tabletop RPGs. Basically what it was is it's kind of like a spin the wheel kind of thing. And there's different wheels, and there's like a wheel for characters, and I just spin the wheel or throw the dice, and if it lands on, I don't know, for example, Dean, then you would have to write a fan fiction involving Dean. So that was basically the whole shtick. And I tried incorporating little details like terminology, stuff like wild magic, where in D&D you usually roll a D100, so any number from 1 to 100 comes up and something could happen. It could be something good, something bad, something funny, something completely random. And I tried doing a little bit of that. Like, what was one of the things that I did? I have to do a little drawing or something, or and that has to be incorporated into the fic, or I have to put my music on shuffle, and whatever comes up from the playlist, the song has to be incorporated into it, stuff like that.
Oh, neat.
Sounds awesome.
It was just a little thing to get people to try stuff that they usually wouldn't do. Like, for example, I had to write something with Garth, and I love him, but I never had him in any of my fanfics, and I was like, hey, that's great. That's an opportunity to try something that I have never done before. So that was basically the whole idea behind it, yeah.
I think I read one of the ones that you wrote that was part of the celebration, Law of Attraction, which was Sam was a barista, and you had to do a little doodle, right? Like you did like a little drawing doodle in the middle, which was so cute. I was like, I turned the page, I was like, oh, look at that. It's a little doodle.
Thank you.
But no, and I think that was one of your gender neutral reader inserts, which I know we'll talk about a little bit more. I thought it was very cute. Yeah, I was like, oh, look at this. Because I also didn't know, and we'll get into it. I didn't know you were an artist as well. So these are all things that like popped up. I was like, oh, look at this. When I started stalking you for information. I was like, this is interesting. Leanna can do all the things. Discord server. How many of these do you help mod?
A mod in one of them.
Okay.
That's the fanfiction writers of the Supernatural Fandom Discord server. It's run by Liz, aka X Particle Lambert X.
Yes.
And she created this wonderful space with this Discord server for us writers. It just feels like a little family, and her and us mods, we come up with challenges such as Work in Progress Wednesdays, monthly writing challenges. We did a Secret Santa, Fictober, Kingtober, stuff like that. We even, I think we had like, what was it called? Fluff and Stuff, which was basically Kingtober, but for Valentine's Day. So yeah, things like that. And we just hang out and chat. So that's one I'm a mod of. I am a member of a couple of Discord servers, but I don't feel like I'm that active in them. I'm in your guys' Discord server. I'm more of a lurker there and checking for updates for new episodes and stuff. There's the SPN Fanfic Pond, which I can highly recommend.
Yeah.
They also have great challenges.
Are you in Samwin Jarpad? I feel like
am I?
Maybe. Are you doing the Samwin Jarpad reverse bang?
Maybe lurking in there. Maybe.
Maybe I'm lurking. I'm in a Sam Cass Big Bang.
Okay.
Where I want to participate as an artist. It's
nice.
Like Plan of Fave. But yeah.
Goodness.
Maybe I've lost track of them and I don't even realize how many I'm in.
Nope, that's too many Discord servers.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
I think like it might have been, was it October or November? I think I joined Liz's the Fanfiction Writers, and I think I participated in a couple of, I did a couple of the Kingtober ones too. So I do like that, but I am also a lurker by design too. So a lot of it sometimes takes me a while to kind of figure out what I want to participate in and not. I do like seeing what other people come up with, and I think the creation spaces that everybody puts together, even just outside of Tumblr, the engagement, but then what you guys are able to do in different Discord servers, I think is really, really good too. So I think Fanfiction Writer, is it also kind of split up? You guys have a lot of 18 and under kids in there too that they get to.
Yeah.
So
Discord is a little stupid with that.
So you guys have had to separate stuff, right? Beats.
We have to separate it. They're locked behind. You have to have the 18+ role, and even if you have the 18+ role, you have to specifically ask the mods to unlock the not suitable for work stuff and the pro ship server stuff. But there's also safe for work spaces on there, heaps of them. I would argue that those are actually the more active channels in the server.
Honestly, that's what we found in our server. We have not safe for work spaces, but although to be fair, we usually have to remind people to take conversations there.
Not too often, but yeah. Sometimes it's come on, guys.
It happens.
We just want to specify idling in the Impala Discord is 18 only. It's 18+ only. We're not trustworthy enough.
Do you have a lot of fellow mods in different in that place in particular that kind of help to manage all of that together? And is it? I mean, I assume if you enjoy the social interaction, it's not that big of a deal. But do you have a lot of help in there as well?
We're a team of 5 people.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that huge of a server. I don't even know how many members we have. I think it's somewhere in 150, I want to say, maybe a little bit more. But it's most of them are lurkers. So it's not that crazy, but we help each other out all the time, and the people behave.
Good. Yeah,
that helps.
Good. That does help.
Yes.
That does help.
Yes.
So I think if we switch over into your writing journey, because I know you mentioned you hadn't really written or posted a lot of things on Tumblr, I guess for all the time that you were on it. So do you have you written anything original before fan fiction or anything like that?
I'm a bit boring, so no.
There's nothing boring about that.
Well, it's just I started writing fan fiction, I feel like, other than like schoolwork, and I did major in English and German at university, so we had creative writing classes, which I loved, but that's about as much original work as I did, unless you count like I guess I love creating OCs. And maybe for Dungeons and Dragons, again, it's basically like, it's not really a fandom. I wouldn't call it fan fiction, right? Because you just have this small group of friends telling a story together.
Right.
And sometimes, like, you have your characters, and what I do sometimes is actually write fan fiction, quote unquote, about them.
Nice.
To share in my friend group. So maybe that's like, it's like OC work, I would say.
Yeah, and it's still storytelling. I mean, you obviously had that as well. So yeah, I would consider that a part of like maybe your writing, your writing journey and your creation journey. Absolutely. So then, fanfic. Any experience writing fanfic before Supernatural?
Yes, tons of it.
Yes.
I started writing fanfiction for various anime shows when I was like, I don't know, 12 years old, 13 years old. It started off with like Naruto and Vampire Knight. I moved on to Attack on Titan. It was also creating OCs mostly and putting them into the story and writing about their journey in this universe, which I also did a lot of in terms of role-playing with a friend of mine. Like, that's what we did. We just created OCs and just wrote back and forth, letting them interact with, I don't know, any anime characters that we liked.
Yeah.
I also had a Mystic Messenger blog on Tumblr. I don't know if you know about that.
I don't know.
It's a mobile game. It was a Korean mobile game. It's kind of like a dating sim visual novel kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the first time that I really delved into X-Reader stuff, and it was mainly just me accepting requests.
It says bandoms on there. Tell me about your bands.
Oh God. So that was my RPF phase, which I love RPF, but I'm not gonna touch it again, me personally, because I was writing just, the generic emo fandom stuff, like, I don't know, Fallout Boy and Pierce the Veil and stuff like that. And I had a little bit of a bad experience where, and please guys, never do this, someone sent one of my works to the actual person it was about on Twitter.
No.
And it was very awkward.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
They just kind of brushed it off, and it wasn't a big deal. Like, they were like, oh, okay, whatever. But I was very embarrassed, so I never did it ever again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so fucking sorry.
No, it's fine. I've seen it happen a lot, actually. Like, people, for some reason, think it's a good idea to show actors or band members or whoever actual like fan fiction about them. Please don't do that unless they specifically state that maybe
they're fine with it. They kind of like it. They think it's fun.
Yeah. But other than that, keep it in the fandom bubble, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Like literally, Internet 101. Do not do don't fucking dox people. That is horrendous. I'm so sorry. Christ.
It's fine. I survived.
No, you survived, but I mean that makes us. I think. I mean, we're always talking about like if the guys ever learn about this podcast, like Kasey's gonna have to come to the States and apologize profusely, because it's just one of those things where they're a part of our world, right? But they have no concept of what everybody's like deep diving and chatting about.
Relationship,
and then to have that broken in a way. I mean, the person obviously, I'm assuming the person that shared it wasn't doing it maliciously, right? They just thought it would be cute.
No.
Yeah.
They thought it would be
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they just thought it would be fun. They were like, look, I think they liked the story. And they were like, look at this.
Look at
cool.
this great thing. And it's like, no. Keep that where it needs to stay.
Please don't look at it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You have no idea how thrilled I am that my Fandom stuff was on quite an obscure website and I wasn't on fucking Twitter at the time. Good Lord.
So God, yeah.
My goodness.
Don't fucking do that, people. That is...
I don't even know why they would... Like, I posted that on Wattpad. And I don't
so they
know
went out of their way.
Them. Yeah.
Wow. Goodness. That's a lot.
Sometimes people suck.
And sometimes people just don't know, and they don't... I think sometimes it's the tagging.
No, I don't think you can plead ignorance on that. If someone, if it was not on the site, like, if Liana had been, promoting it on Twitter and they'd been like, oh, hey, I'll tag the person, that's one thing. But to go to Wattpad, find it, and then be like, hey, did you know? Don't do that.
Yeah.
That was a little weird. And I didn't know, right? Because I don't think I was following them on Twitter. But someone... Wait, was it on Wattpad or was it on Tumblr? Not that I'm thinking about it. It might have been on Tumblr, which is just the same weird thing. Like someone went to Tumblr and sent them the link.
Yes,
but I had this message in my inbox, and they were like, they reacted to your fic. And I'm like, excuse me? They did what now?
I beg your fucking pardon.
God.
How did that happen?
Oh my god.
Why? Yeah.
Goodness.
Like, you're captioning all of my fucking nightmares. I swear to God, somebody that listens to this podcast is going to go to a con. It's going to fucking happen. And they're going to be like, oh no, it's like listening to this episode, this podcast. And then fucking Jared's going to listen to it. And he's going to hear me being like, I'd pardon you in the... No, he won't, because I think Sandra took all those out.
No.
But he's going to hear me questioning his parenting methods or something like that. Or Jensen's going to hear my opinions on Radio Company. And it's going to, like, in my head then, they don't brush that off as me being a lunatic. They like subtweet about it or something, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's me.
I really think we have to think of it as a scale also as well. Like they have dealt with some crazy fan stuff that I think even on... I mean, if
I don't want to be part of the list.
No, but I don't think we would, because I think if anything, I don't know, I try to think of the whole parasocial thing as like, we are helping to keep Supernatural alive in people's minds as well. So I'm like, hey, we're doing you guys a service. That's how I'm going to try to like spin it a little. I also don't want to be
in Jared and Jensen's mental list of nutty fucking fan interactions. I don't want to be on that list. Okay? You can justify this whichever way you want and be like, oh, they'll be grateful that we're keeping Supernatural alive. Yeah, and they'll also be like, fucking bell end. Hi, that's me. I don't want that. Nobody show Jared and Jensen this podcast. Nobody. This is for us.
Maybe they'll actually love listening to it.
Aw, see, that's the hope. If it ever does happen.
Oh my god, I can chime in. What would I answer? Am I a Dean girl? Am I a Sam girl?
Liana, you're captioning my nightmares here. Please stop.
But anyway, we're gonna hope that doesn't happen in any.
Nobody share this podcast with J2 or anybody else from the fucking cast or crew of Supernatural ever. This is for us, okay? If you share it, I'll stop making it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I stopped making it. I'm not touching RPF ever again.
Yeah, I don't fucking blame you. I hate that for you, though. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
No.
So did that put you off of? I mean, this might lead into the next question then. So I mean, if like the RPF stuff, maybe like, you're like, I think I'm gonna steer clear of it. Is that one of the things that maybe, I don't know, got you more into reader insert with like other characters and stuff like that? Did that shift your writing for a big reason, or were you already doing that?
Had anything to do with it? I think it was just, I love OCs, but I know that OC stories aren't very popular. So they're OC fanfics and reader fanfics often get compared to each other, and I've like read both because sometimes you read an OC fic and you're like, I don't really vibe with the OC, and so the reader fics are usually more generic, if you will, and I kind of like that aspect of it. I never really picture myself in it, In fact, I actually come up with like a vague OC in my head that I put in the story, but still, it's very interactive, and I like, again, this little social aspect of that. So I guess that's why I just try doing something like that, and just things like, how would this character react if someone else did this or said this? So these kind of little scenarios that just turn into a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're gender neutral. Like, when did you start to do that a little bit more?
I think it ties in with the Mystic Messenger blog that I mentioned, because, again, I only took requests, and people, like, everyone came to my inbox. Like, men came to my inbox, women came to my inbox, non-binary people, everyone was welcome to request something, and I wanted as many people as possible to be able to put themselves or a vague OC or whatever into the story, and just, yeah, that's the point of a reader insert. So that was kind of the intention with that.
You were part of like our gender neutral, like our survey and responses to some of our questions and stuff like that. I like the fact that you really were trying to like be inclusive in a lot like in your storytelling. And I actually read a Hold Me Tight, which is a Dean reader, and it's gender neutral. But what I thought was, because I mean, Kasey and I have like done this, but we've done this maybe similar to how you're talking about, like you envision an OC, because Kasey had written something, and then from other people reading it, we're like, did you know you wrote like a gender neutral?
Yeah, it was an accident.
Character, like you did it accidentally. And I think, Kasey, you had said like, no, like, I mean, in your brain, did you imagine it to be a female, like female reader?
In my head, it was a female reader. It's tagged as male, female, and AO3. Like when you have to put the like little symbol you do that. But then it's in the tags as gender neutral reader. But no, in my head, it was female because all of my reader inserts are female. It wasn't until afterwards that like you guys were reading it and you were like, hey, this is, and I was like, oh, so
yeah. And then I thought it was funny too, because then I had written something recently, and Kasey's like, oh, gender neutral. I was like, oh yeah, I did, didn't I? I didn't specify. Like, so, but in my brain, it was a female reader. So I had something in my brain, but the ability to then give that to others to be able to fit into a mold, I think is very interesting. And I like with your Hold Me Tight one, there's like cuddle sex in there. So I was very interested in reading how, you presented that. So it was, there was movement, there was exploration, there were all the things, but the way you wrote it was just very simple, but you made it work. Like there were things happening and you were like explaining the things that were happening, but it was very like, just, but like a veil of like, but you get to insert yourself, in there in any way, shape or form that you were comfortable with, which I really liked. And I was like, oh, okay. I see how someone would do something like this. Cause I think most of our stuff that we accidentally wrote gender neutral, there wasn't anything beyond maybe like kissing or touching or something like that. Kitching. I like kitching now.
Kissing. And cussing.
Yeah. So, how do you go about that part if you want to get a little bit more intimate with characters?
I remember filling out your survey actually for the gender neutral thing, and I listened to the episode and I realized, well, damn, you're right. I think there was a question on it whether or not if you write gender neutral reader inserts, if you also write smut for them. And I realized at the time I was filling this out, I have not, I think. And then I was like, why not? Like I just wanted to try it, and I struggled with it, to be honest. Because it is kind of weird. You have to, like, the second you describe body parts, it can get a little confusing or difficult to keep it vague still. But if you really try hard, and I wanted to sit down and be like, okay, no, I really want to try keeping it vague, but still making it work somehow. And it was very fun to come up with like, well, how do I go about this? How can I describe the body without using like gender terms? How can I keep it vague? And there are ways. You just have to think about them for a second. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I did. I really liked that one. I thought it was very sweet and it was just, yeah, I like that one a lot. That Hold Me Tight one.
Thank you. I'm glad.
I saw a little bit of this. You do like to play with gender or sex with some canon characters, correct?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite that you like to explore?
Obviously Dean.
Okay.
And I was so excited when I saw that you wanted to ask this question because I think I can talk about this for hours.
Okay.
Yes.
We want to hear this then, please.
I think changing the gender or sex with canon characters is such a great way to really dissect a character and really analyze them on a different level. Like you really look at them and you think, well, what would happen if Dean was a woman? What would happen if XYZ was non-binary? I don't know. I just want to put these characters under a microscope like a little bug and take them apart. Basically.
Kasey can, I think you understand that, Kasey. Do you know?
I absolutely do. I was just thinking though that might be a better episode title than I Like My Men Pathetic.
I want to put them under a microscope
like a bug and just I want to poke it and see what happens. Like in a loving, caring way. But
yes, definitely. Specifically with Dean, I don't know. It's just 17-year-old me when I first started watching the show. I was a little confused because I didn't know, do I want to date him or do I want to be him? Now today, I know it's more of a little bit of a gender envy thing, but it's so funny because Dean performs gender in such an interesting way. Like we all know he's trying to be all this masculine tough guy, but is he really, and stuff like that. And just dissecting it, taking that apart and playing with it is so much fun. Like
if he didn't have to do the performative stuff, right? Because he was a female, right? Like it'd be a totally different thing.
Have you read my fic Sense of Home?
I have not, but I can. Like please send it to me.
That is a gender fluid Dean. It's Winchester, so hope that isn't a problem. But it's a gender fluid Dean who is going through some stuff.
It's very good. It's a very good fic.
Very, very proud of that.
Like you were talking about picking it apart and figuring out what makes somebody tick and why they're doing what they're doing and the struggle.
And I would just like to say, those are the healthiest Winchesters I've ever written. They talk to each other. They have open and honest conversations. Dean is receptive to feedback. They're so fucking healthy. It's disgusting. Like low-key, it's a little bit gross. But I'm very, very proud of that one. And I very much get what you mean. Because like when I started watching Supernatural, I was like, I would climb Sam Winchester like a fucking tree. You don't even know. And now I'm like, if I could only gain like 8 inches and be a little bit taller and have abs, like Sam Winchester is #goals. Everyone missed my dick joke there. I'm so sad. That was
I got it.
You didn't laugh. You have to laugh when I make
Sometimes
dick jokes.
I have to let you have your moment, though. I can't laugh in the middle of things, or else it'll get lost. So,
Kasey, you didn't see it, but I was grinning.
Brilliant. Good. Excellent.
Does that count?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Validation. Okay. Yes. So, like, I still, 100% would date him. Daddy, I can fix him. You don't understand. I can fix him. But, #gender goals. Actually, it's more Jared that's gender goals, but still, I would just, I get it. But no, I very much had, I don't necessarily play with gender when I write. I like my men, and I like my ladies, and I'd have opinions on things like that. But that was actually really fun to be like, who would they be? And what would they be, and how would it be? And I got to kill John, which is
okay. So now I have to read it.
he dies off screen, but the point is he's canonically dead. So
that's
sold. Yeah, absolutely sold.
Yeah.
When you write female Dean, is it always a female Dean? Is that typically how you write that character?
What do you mean?
that there isn't like a magic spell that does anything. Is it always female Dean in the story? Like,
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
a thing where he suddenly changes gender,
Mhm.
but it's just basically an AU where Dean is just a woman.
Mhm.
hmm
Did you ever like? Was there anything that you had read that kind of got you more interested in writing something like that, or was it just kind of something you just started writing, or had you read another story similar to that?
It kind of started off with Femme Destiel stuff that I was reading, and I saw that, or not really fanfic, but art. Especially on TikTok, there's like a little bubble of supernatural, and there's all these very amazing artists that draw fan art of Supernatural with the main characters as women. And there's a lot of people who ship Destiel and draw like female versions of them. And I was like, it just clicked for me. I was like, well, this is the gateway into ship fics for me, because I love reading them, but I haven't really ever written anything for them. And I just wanted to try it for myself because it was so much easier for me to get into the headspace of a female/female ship.
Gotcha.
And yeah, like when I realized, hey, I can turn any of my favorite characters into sapphic women or non-binary people, I was like, okay, this is what I do now.
Yes, fully on board with that.
Yeah.
So is that where you live primarily now? Do you really like that space, like with your writing? Have you tried anything else? You know, are you thinking about trying anything different?
I don't do it as much as I would like to. I want to do it way more. But you know, it just started getting me into writing other stuff as well. I have since finally written Destiel stuff, like just the regular male/male ships, which I haven't done before. So now I finally had the courage to, try that. Yeah.
Good. It's nice when you can start to find your space and like what you really want to. I mean, I think we can all say we're probably like we've been on that journey too. You start writing one thing and then you're like, well, maybe I could try this, maybe I could try this, maybe I could try this, or where's my safe space? Where do I really like to live? And like, what do I like to explore?
What do I like to play with? Yeah.
Which I think is really great.
Just so start somewhere.
Yeah, just start. I think that's the important thing is just start if you're interested. So I mean, like I said, when I was doing a little bit of digging, it looks like most of your writing gets posted first on Tumblr. Is that correct? And then you how does that go for you?
Depends, kind of. There are things that I just post to Tumblr and not to AO3, like headcanons and stuff, or just I don't know, random drabbles or things that I just want to spit out. Those usually just end up on Tumblr. If I post anything on Tumblr and AO3, I try to put it to AO3 first, but only so I can like put the link to the AO3 page into the Tumblr post right after. So it's kind of like a simultaneous thing. It's like happening within the span of 10 minutes or something.
Yeah. Are there so I mean we talked about like how you like to write the characters, but are there certain like fanfic tropes you like to either like read or write? Like are there certain things you really love to like, oh, give me this, gobble it up, I love this trope kind of a thing, or I like to write this?
Anything angsty.
Anything angsty. Okay.
Oh, you like sense then.
Oh yeah,
brilliant.
there's a lot of angst. Yeah. Do you like hurt comfort? Do you like that also?
Yes.
Or? Okay. All right.
A lot. I love hurt comfort. Honestly, I don't even mind hurt no comfort.
Okay. So then what about the fluff and stuff when you had to do that? Like, did you do fluff and stuff? Did you have to get fluffy and you didn't like it? Like, wow. Or do you like your fluff too?
Writing fluff as well. I just feel like angst is my favorite go-to thing. I like making things dramatic and making everyone suffer, including myself as I write it.
But then you can fix it at the end. I mean, or not, like it's
or not.
Or not.
Choice.
Or not.
But yeah. No, I can fix it in the end.
We talked a little bit about ships and pairings and stuff. Like, is there any like canon? Like you mentioned Destiel. We talked a little about Samwina. Are there any like other like canon characters that you like think would like be the greatest ship ever, or that you'd like?
Sam and Jody.
See, I've never thought about Sam and Jody until I was listening to your podcast, and I do really like them.
Oh, look at that. I love that.
So,
influencing
yeah.
people one ship at a time. Look, Sam likes his women short and bossy and willing to bend him over the table, and I'll die on this hill.
That's very
Sam's a
fair.
person.
What about like Dean and Donna? Do you think
Dean and
they'd be?
yeah, Dean and Donna.
I think Dean and Donna.
I like them too, yeah.
Okay.
Why not? They're cute. You know, any ship I think I can get behind. Honestly, just throw it at me and I'll give it a whirl, I'll give it a try. I do really love Drowley, by the way. That's a big one for me. So Dean and Crowley.
Dean and
Oh, okay.
Crowley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their Summer of Love was amazing.
I think I read something because I was reading some of your Kingtober stuff. Did you do
Yes.
one with
I did.
Dean and Crowley? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. And you like had like a whole bunch of prompts, I think, that you ended up using for that one. Yes, I do remember reading that one. I think I read that one late last night. Yeah. So what is it about Dean and Crowley that you think is just, you just mentioned Summer of Love, but like what's all that about?
One of my favorite arcs of the entire show is just the Mark of Cain and Demon Dean, and just these two together, them clashing heads all the time. It's just such a funny dynamic to me. Yeah, the banter. It's the banter.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have good banter when they
Valid.
get together. What's that one thing that we've like talked about recently? And it's like Crowley's like, you know, something about your brother, and Dean's like, "Have you met me?" Like something.
Oh no, it's the GIF. It's when Sam goes back into the cage. It was late season, and Dean comes in. He's holding a box, and he's like, "Where's Sam?" And Crowley goes, "Don't worry about it." And Dean's like, "Have you met me?"
Oh yeah.
Have you read? It's Sam Crowley. But
I was going to ask this one. Yeah,
That's also a nice one, honestly.
It's Apple Crumble Dolls. What is it
it's
called?
duck
Sandra?
ragu, isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah.
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 You might like that one. You
If
might
you
like
haven't
that
read
one.
that
Give
one,
that one a spin. Sam and
You should
Crowley.
read that one.
Might want to try that one. Duck ragu.
It's very angsty. It's great.
See, and I'm sold.
So that's the thing. You seem very like ship and let ship and all of that stuff. So what does like
Yes.
have you come across like what are your thoughts on that in general, especially when like people like try to gatekeep or be like, no, don't do this, don't do that, or why are you doing that thing? Like what's your whole feeling on ship and let ship and all of that?
You know, it's just basic fandom etiquette. Because I think it ties back into what we were talking about earlier with the, like, we're so used to algorithms and everything is being catered towards us that we expect everything that we see online, it has to be something that we like. And if it's something that we're like, I don't know about this one, then oftentimes people immediately jump to the next step, that is, I hate this and it's wrong to like this. And that's very annoying. Please don't do that. At the end of the day, if you don't like something, just keep on scrolling. If you have to, you can block the person if you don't want to see it anymore. But you don't have to go out of your way and harass people or be like, no, I am morally superior and my ship is the best and your ship is wrong. That's just you're pooping on the fun for everyone. Just don't yuck anyone else's yum. It doesn't have to be for you. It is definitely for someone, and that's so okay.
Yes.
That's such a refreshing approach, and I'm glad that you have that. I mean, I know a lot of people that we talk to do have that as well, but it's just sometimes it can get overwhelming to see all of the judgment, I think, that happens a lot. And it's not necessary. Like you said, like just let people have their safe space, because what might not seem safe to you is safe to them. Let them have that. Like let them have all of these things.
And I think it's dangerous to limit people and try to enforce like a censorship that goes against the whole idea of fandom to me. I mean, especially like 10 years ago, I want to say fandom was a lot more fun than it is now, because now people are just pointing fingers everywhere and it's so exhausting sometimes. It's very sad. Like, of course, you don't have to like this. Nobody is forcing you to look at this fan art of Destiel. Nobody's forcing you to read this Winchester fanfic. If you don't want to see it, you can look at it. If you don't want to see it, just keep on scrolling. It's fine. It's not gonna hurt you. I promise.
Absolutely valid. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the whole thing with like pro shipping has lost its original meaning entirely because of purity culture, and that's very, very frustrating. Like, it's not problematic shipping, guys. It's pro shipping and anti shipping. That's just the whole thing. But it's kind of become this sensation where people are like, no, pro ship is bad. And if you like this character because they are a murderer, that makes you a murderer as well. You're an apologist. I'm like, please shut up.
Please no, though, guys. Please.
It's
Just a
almost
shred
like
of
there's
sanity.
that the imagination is, I don't know, like the part of imagination is gone to some extent. Like it's like, well, if you if you like this, you're this. It's like, no, that's not how that works. Like that's just not in general. But yeah,
Dean Winchester likes frisky women. That doesn't make him a frisky woman.
No, but I've seen people say, why do you ship X and Y? They are not canon. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What happened to like shipping Jack Frost and Elsa or something? They're not even in the same universe.
Yeah, that's the whole point. These are our toys. We can do what we want with them. Go away.
Yeah, it's just like we have our little Barbie and Ken dolls and we're making them smooch.
Literally, that's all fanfic is, though. And like that's what fandom is. We're taking our little dolls and we're going, oh my god, just push them together a little bit.
Yeah.
And sure, maybe it's a little bit weird, but I mean, it's fandom. It's made for weird kids. Yeah. Like we all, I guess, we're a little bit of a weird kid. We're nerds somehow.
But that's the thing. Like everybody's weird, and everybody's weird about weird. Like. Yes. Everybody's weird. Everybody's weird about weird stuff. Some people are legitimately weird about stuff they should, like that. It's a flashing red light, and this is an issue. But when we're talking about fandom and fanfic and imaginary characters and what we're going to do with them, like you don't have to be policing that. Like that's not something that happens. And it's there's so much going on right now that just I think, like you said, leans into that a lot. That it's hard to break out of that. It's hard to escape it. So yeah, I wish we'd been around the fandom even like 10 years ago to see the difference, you know, that what it was like, because like I said, we came kind of late to the game.
There were toxic stuff was happening all the time.
Sure.
We had ship wars that were getting really ugly.
Yeah.
But even then it was like, okay, my ship is cooler than your ship, and not my ship is morally correct and yours is yes, that's totally different, and it really annoys me. Like, I feel like a lot of, I don't want to say it's the young people, the kids nowadays, but a lot of people who are new to fandom, they kind of walk in and they think they own this space. You know, they think this is catered towards me, and I have to like it. And if there's something that I don't like, then I want to remove it. And it's just like, no, that's not how it works. You come into a new place and you look around, and it's okay if there's stuff that you're not interested in. So you can just ignore it and move on. That's okay.
The art of knowing when to leave a space.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
From what I've seen too, in terms of your writing, I mean, you seem very much like, give me prompts, come into my DMs, do the things. So is that something that really kind of fuels you with your writing? Like, do you tend to take a lot of prompts or requests from others? Is that like primarily, like, if you had to percentage it, like, is it like 80% of what you write, 90% of what you write? How much of that is like prompts from other people?
That's a good question. I think it used to be a lot more. Nowadays, I feel like I write more of my own stuff, but I still love taking requests. It used to be 50-50, I would say, but now it's like maybe 25% or like a third maybe is from requests. But yeah, definitely. It absolutely, you know, whenever I have writer's block or something, then a little request definitely helps, because it just makes you think about stuff that you have never thought about before. Like, you get fresh ideas and you're like, okay, I can work with this. It's something entirely different. I can put the current project that I'm stressing out over right now aside and just start anew. And yeah.
Writing challenges. How many like over the past year, do you know how many different like challenges you might have participated in, like whether they're bangs or do you, we'll talk a little bit about your artwork too, but like anything else like related to that, any challenges? Like, are you just always doing a challenge? Do you feel like you're always doing a challenge?
Not always, like right now I'm not. I've participated in a couple, but I wouldn't say I do a lot of them. Like I have mutuals on Tumblr that are way crazier than I am when it comes to challenges. I don't know how they do it. They have like dozens of projects going on, and that would be overwhelming for me, especially when there's deadlines involved. I'm not very great with those.
Okay.
But I've participated in a couple of them. I did the Jackalsverse bingo last year.
Okay.
It was the first bingo that I ever did, and it was a lot of fun.
Good.
I haven't done a big bang yet. I did
okay.
sign up for the Sam Cass one, but again, that is as an artist, and it hasn't started for the artists just yet, but that's coming soon. I'm very excited.
Okay, so that's your first. Okay, you'll have to let us know how that ended up going for you, since it's your first like bang. Neat.
Yeah,
so,
I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah. So I guess too, with like the different prompts and stuff, you get like monthly, like say in the fanfiction writer server or whatever, like because there isn't that, oh, I've got to try to do such and such. You're giving yourself your own, you know, like goal or whatever. And if you don't meet it, it's the same thing with like the bingo. I feel like that's a good like way to kind of maybe start people into a challenge or something that doesn't necessarily mean you've got to get such and such done by such and such date and things like that. Okay, good.
Like there were a couple of follower celebrations. That guys was a lot of fun. But yeah, like you said, it's just the bingo was very great. Like we had this one giant deadline at the end where everything had to be done, but I could like decide, okay, I can write this now, I can write it later, I can work on this piece. It didn't have to be like I have to do this, and next comes this, and then I have to do this until next week. And I'm not very great with that.
When you picked your bingo card, did you pick a 3x3 or a 4x4 or a 5x5 when you picked your card?
I think it was a 3x3.
Okay, that was smart. I did not do that when I did it.
Safest.
I did a 5x5, and I was like, why did I do this? That was not a good idea.
A 5x5. Oh,
I did, but I didn't fill them all in by any means.
Okay.
I think I got halfway through, so I think I did maybe like 12 when I did the first round of Jackalsverse. But even that, and I had ideas, but I just didn't get them done. I was able to use.
That's a lot.
I was able to use other. Like I think something from the fanfic pond and maybe something else, like another challenge that helped me get over the hump and actually finish a couple things that I'd done. But yeah, I hadn't done a lot of. I was like, no, why did I do that? Because if you do 3x3 and you fill it out, then you can always request another one. You know, so you could always like do that. But yeah, I thought that was I don't know why I did that. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do a 5x5.
Well, it was ambitious, but hey.
Yeah. So who are some of your favorite SPN fanfic authors that you like to read?
So if I would list everyone, we would be sitting here for hours.
Maybe just some of your tops that you could think of
But
that like you just right off the top of your head.
Yeah. Some of them, definitely Alex. So Zep's guys. She's my go-to for anything Jensen Ackles related. Like. Definitely.
Yeah.
There's Bets, Flannel Faye, who I also lovingly call my Betsa reader. Shout out to her.
Nice.
But yeah, her stuff is great too. There's both on AO3, I think, and on Tumblr at Sorry, It's My First Day on Earth.
We're going to talk to Sorry next week. We're actually excited. Yeah. Very excited about that one too. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, like their recent Dean X reader fic that they're currently writing, like the post canon fix it thing, is already one of my all-time favorites.
Okay, I don't think I've started that one yet. I think Marked was like the first thing. I think. Yeah. Okay. Good. Looking forward to that too.
I keep coming back to Bruised fics. I think she's only on Tumblr.
Okay.
But she writes amazing Soldier Boy and Dean X-Reader stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's Liz, of course. Lambert X.
Yeah.
So many. Oh my god. Jolly Hunter, Super Not Natural 2005. So many of them.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're busy reading, writing, engaging and stuff. So it sounds like there's probably like a long list of so yes.
Part of fandom for sure to engage with others.
Yeah.
So, like, if you'd like to share, and I think I could probably guess this one, but if you want to, like, no pressure. How did you come up with your username?
The Tumblr one, you mean?
Yeah, ChevroletDean, I guess.
Yes.
Yes.
So sure thing. It was just like a cool thing people did back in the 2010s, I think, where you no. The recipe was basically you were, I don't know, you took the name of your favorite character and you would just combine it with whatever other word.
Okay.
Like it was like Snowflake Sam, or I don't know, Dean's teacup, I don't know, or Trenchcoat Castiel, whatever. And there were like bonus points if this word kind of had something to do with the show, of course. But that's how ChevroletDean came to be. And the thing is, I think I can say this. A friend of mine from school back then, we're no longer in contact. No bad blood, just graduation and adult life happening. But both of us were shipping Destiel, and they were Chevrolet Cass. They no longer are, but we kind of had these matching URLs. So.
Oh, I was like, so having like the little the little necklace where like you got one part and then another part, and then you put it together, like the heart thing. That's cute.
Yeah, that was a cute moment, but yeah, I just never was able to let go of that handle, of that username.
No, it's hella cute. I like it.
Thank you.
I kind of wish I was Snowflake Sam though. That's adorable. Combines all my political views.
Well,
I'm Sam Winchester. I love it.
Maybe it's still available. I don't know.
Maybe I was actually thinking. I wonder, someone out there must have Impala 67 after the episode came out, but I wonder if it existed before the episode came out.
Oh, I think so. I think probably. I would think.
That person must have been the most famous person in fandom for like a week.
Yeah. But also imagine just a random person just named themselves Impala 67 and they have no idea what Supernatural is. They just like the car.
Oh, wow. That is true. That is true.
Yeah, that would be so funny.
Yes, absolutely. And they'd be like, "No, I have no idea. What are you talking about?"
I feel like
you like Supernatural.
What?
You'd have to get into Supernatural then. Like, you were born for this. This was your whole thing. This was your whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question, and this has nothing to do with Supernatural. It's nothing to do with writing. Nothing like that. And I know you've listened to other episodes, so you probably already know, which is sad for me. But adults don't ask other adults this question enough, and I am on a one mortal mission to change that. So, Liana, what is your favorite dinosaur?
What is my favorite dinosaur? Yes. Oh God, I have to look it up because I don't know the English name. Wait, what is the English name for it? It's probably the same in English. Is it Stegosaurus?
Yeah,
Stegosaurus.
I love that.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it's the same in English.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Any reason in particular?
Funny shapes on their back.
That's valid.
I guess.
That's a perfectly reasonable and valid dinosaur liking criteria. I like it. I don't think I've had Stegosaurus before. You might be the first.
Okay. You've got your dino doc, don't you? To add it.
I do, but I haven't updated it.
Okay. All right. So you got notes. You just have to update.
But now I gotta know yours again.
Mine is a Triceratops.
Ooh, good choice.
Because they got the cresty thing and the horns, and I just like it. They're just like little tanks. I'm a huge fan.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Sandra, do you have a favorite?
I do. They were called Brontosaurus back in the day, but now they're called, I think, like Brachiosaurus or Apatosaurus or something like that. The ones with the really long necks. The really long necks. They're like they've always been my favorite.
The one that sneezes on the poor girl in Jurassic Park.
Yes.
True.
But I love it. They're just big, gentle giants. I just think they're like, I couldn't even imagine, right? Like being in the presence of something that huge, and just like.
Do you have that same affiliation for giraffes?
I think they're cute, but I don't have the same. For some reason, I think it's just the size of that dinosaur in particular. Because I remember, like in my little books when I was little, they'd show you here's a human, and here's a brontosaurus in comparison. I'm just like, oh wow. I'm like, that would be pretty amazing to just
cool,
be
yeah.
around. Yeah. And I think Jurassic Park especially kind of that scene just like encapsulates
cute.
how I felt when I was little, when they lumber out and you just see them for the first time and coming out there. I think that's my favorite. It'll always be my favorite one. Yeah. The sneezing I could do without, but it's okay. We'll deal with that. It'll be fine. Leanna, this was so fun. We had a blast chatting with you. I mean, it's like, again, like just seeing you around and stuff, but not having the chance to really chat with you about fan fiction and fandom and all these kind of things. Oh, your artwork. How long? I meant to touch on that too. Right. Are you like you said you're going to be doing the Sam Cass Bang thing? So how long have you been like drawing and have you drawn supernatural stuff and different things like that? Give us a little run through on that one. I totally forgot about that. That should have been in my list.
I have.
Okay.
No worries. I think I did fan art before I did fan fiction, actually. Not supernatural related, but just in general, drawing and art has always been one of my favorite hobbies and things to do. Again, anime and video games, fan art of that, just yes. For supernatural, I have recently started drawing a little bit, but just like simple sketches and stuff. I have done an artwork for one of my Destiel fics that was a Secret Santa gift exchange.
Cute.
What else? Yeah, I think I even posted it to Tumblr, but it was a while ago. Just a little dual page of my version of female Dean Winchester.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so see, I'm so envious of that, to be able to like, because I could imagine then there's that interest in like writing, like drawing out a scene maybe that you envision or something, and being able to put that into one of your stories. That's great.
I'm envious of people who can draw in general.
Yeah, I mean, I could sketch a little bit, but I haven't done it in a long time, and it's just, again, it's like it's the time factor and finding, you know what I mean? Like you just want to get back into doing that again, but that's always hard.
I haven't drawn in a while, in a hot minute.
So then what made you decide to do the Sam Cass one then, to sign up as an artist? What made that happen?
I always loved the concept of big bangs, but I don't know, I was just thinking, maybe I should try something new with like an art challenge instead of a writing challenge. I just thought that would be very interesting. Plus, it's run by Flannel Faye by Bets, and I really wanted to support her on that.
That's nice. Nice. Yeah. We're going to have Bets and Annie on in like April. So we're going to have them come on together. Yeah. Oh, look at that. They're all excited. I can't wait. I can't wait. Cause I loved meeting them. I loved meeting them at the con and stuff. So it was fun. It was fun to get to.
You met each other at the con.
Yeah. I met them at the Philly con last year. So that was really fun. Cool. It was really nice. They were sweet. They're the sweetest. And I was like, we have to have you on now. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have them on as well.
Nice.
This has been lovely. I'm so glad you took the time to chat with us. To wrap up, I was thinking too about how you talked about like engaging in fandom is like the best part of everything. So for somebody who's somebody who's a little bit of a lurker, is there something you think they could maybe try to do to get out of that hesitancy on their part, that you suggest maybe give this a go if if you'd like to comment more, but you're not sure, like, is there a good place to do that? Like any kinds of thoughts you have on like somebody who wants to maybe break out of their shell a little bit more to engage in fandom?
Yeah, totally. So what I've seen a lot is authors, me included, often complain that there's a lot of kudos and not so many comments or reblogs and likes, like the ratio is a little bit off. And I promise you, if you write any comment, and it could be just a keyboard smash, just a heart emoji, you're gonna make an author's day. So I don't think you have to be afraid of, I don't know, we're not gonna be annoyed by comments. On the contrary, we always love getting them. It's like comments or reblogs are the shiny things to our inner little birds, I would say. And I don't know, like, I get that it can be scary to go out of your shell a little, but you don't need to write a whole essay or anything. It's okay if you just say, hey, I like this. And that's starting a conversation. And who knows? Maybe they will reply and you can talk about this. And at the end of the day, you have to remember both of you are in the same fandom space. You like the same thing. So you already have something in common that you can talk about. And that's a great icebreaker. And that's just a great opportunity to make a friend or two.
Very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that's true too. Like, I think sometimes we just wonder, well, what can I say that encapsulates all of the things that I'm thinking about when I've read this fic? And sometimes like you don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to, you just like just saying you liked it. I really like this. I think that's what I've been trying to do a little bit more. Like, who doesn't just say really like this, even if it's a fic that's like been out for like 10 years. And then sometimes you get a reply back like, thank you. And it's just like, oh my gosh, people are still checking this fic that's however many years old, and they appreciate that somebody went and did the thing. So I think that's important. Yeah. Engagement is key, and don't feel like it has to be done a certain way. I've loved staring at your Dean raspberry strawberry thing these past 2 hours.
It's been fabulous.
It's been fabulous. It's been fabulous. I think you are the winner in terms of anything I've seen recently in a Zoom.
Oh my God.
I love that. I love that to no end.
Great.
I think the bow is my favorite, though. I think the pink bow on top is my absolute favorite thing.
I just added the bow because the head was cut off at the top.
But it's so cute. I know.
So
I
cute,
had
though.
to put something there.
I've done
because
stuff
it
like
looked
that
weird.
too, and it's so cute. It's so cute. You get
works.
creative. It works. I love the little pink bow. But yes,
you.
this was so much fun. And even if you're
Yes,
lurking in our
definitely.
server, we know that you're listening, which we really do love and appreciate. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. And feel free to exit out. And what we'll do is Kasey and I will do our outro on the back end after you exit. But if you need me to exit you out, I will. I won't report you to Zoom. Everything's fine, because I know you just installed this. You said you installed Zoom just for this, right? Like
Well,
for
yeah,
this.
I had it before, but I like deleted it again. Now I have it again. It's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing that for us. This has been really fun. And yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you in servers. We'll see you online.
See you
doing the
everywhere.
things.
Yeah.
I'll try to be less of a lurker and more of a chatter.
No. Trust me, I am a lurker to my core too. So I get it. So I just knowing you're there and you're listening and you're doing the things is fine. We do appreciate you, but thank you so much for joining us today.
So much fun. Thank you again for inviting me. Thank you for doing this amazing podcast in general.
Oh,
thanks.
thank you.
I wish you guys a lovely evening, day, wherever you are right now.
Yes, you too. And I look forward to reading more of your stuff soon. So you have a good day.
Yes. You too. Bye-bye.
I like that conversation. I just love that. Like she seems
delightful.
She seems so together, and I know she's younger. She seems so together, and I love that.
Possible,
I love that though. I love that. Like she's got like the whole mantra that they have about ship and let ship and pro ship and things, and you can like different things, and it's okay. I really enjoy that about them. So, Liana, thank you. We really did. That was a delightful conversation. Yeah. Did you have any like thoughts in general?
I not necessarily about Liana, but I did think maybe our next challenge. I know you mentioned Drabbles.
Yes, but
you've done that without me, so the ship has sailed now.
Well, I mean, doesn't mean I could still do it with you as a prompt, but yes, I have to.
Yeah, but it's done now.
Okay, fine.
We're done with that. I'm not cutting down any more fucking words. Damn it. Okay. We should do Always the Female and see how we fare.
Yeah, I mean, I have been reading more of those too, and it is true about the way I think you and Liana both said this about how like you don't know if you want to like be Sam or date Sam or like that kind of a thing, and I think
getting both.
Yeah, and then getting into the mindset of a always female Dean for me when I first started reading it. I think it's just I already feel like I connect with Dean on some level, not everything, but I understand, like a lot of the things he's gone through and faced and done and stuff. So I understand his reactions to things, even if I don't always agree with them, because sometimes I hit myself over the head and go, why do you do these things to yourself, in those kinds of situations. But I find so much I love reading female Dean because it unlocks something else in him that I think is already there. You know what I mean? Like in his psyche, in his personality, in his person, that I find very endearing. That I don't want to necessarily date a female Dean, but I understand a female Dean, I think. And so that would be fun. I think that would be fun. I'm really saying think in quotes. Like, I think that might be a fun challenge. We might have to wait, though, until I get done with my J2 bang that I've signed up for. I'm questioning everything now, but yeah, I think that would be interesting. Would you do always a female Sam? Would you write that?
Yes, probably.
Okay. So if we really wanted to challenge ourselves, we would do the opposite, but I don't think we want to do that to each other. So I think that would be as fun, I think, if we switched it around. Even though I think I could do it. But yeah.
No, I think we could, but I think it's better to stick with, what we know, as it were. The issue I was having was, would I do always female Sam with Dean? Would I do always female Sam with a female reader? A male reader? Questions.
Yeah. No, there's definitely, like, again, like, it could be open to a lot of.
Considering that you met me with Wincest, although you don't really write fem/ either. How many challenges do we want to do in one? Do we want to do always a female Winchester with a female reader insert? Is that too many girls? I don't know. I've trouble wrangling dicks. Maybe girls are easier to wrangle.
I don't know. I mean, we could think about it and figure that out. We could do it. I don't know. I mean, it'd be an interesting conversation to have. We'll have to discuss and see what we come up with. But yeah, if we throw too many challenges at ourselves, I think we'll hit ourselves over with the whacking stick and be like, why did we think this was a good idea? So we could leave it open, right? Like, we could give ourselves the option, and we might just need a prompt to work with, and then see how that goes. But yeah, I think it was so, hearing what happened to them about the RPF.
That's horrific.
I think that's why we always hesitate. Like, we're just, I mean, at this point, I think it'll already have gone out. But like, talking about J2 canon, like J2 fix, right? Like, I mean, for a while it was like, I just was like hesitant about even going there, like, to a certain extent, because of the mindset that I think some people go to. Again, just like with everything else, like the shipping and everything, like, people just don't see it in the broader sense that other people do. And I think they get very, why are you doing this thing with these? It's a whole thing. A lot to think about, though. Yeah. And it gave us a lot to think about, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun conversation. So I think we've given ourselves more work to do. But at this point, let's wrap up this episode before we come up with another challenge. That might be a bad idea.
We should probably do that.
We should wrap up. But yeah, thank you for listening. Let us know what you thought of the episode. We're glad Leanna listens. Email us at idlinginttheimpala@gmail.com. Comment on Spotify, leave a YouTube comment, join our Discord, and chat with fellow idlers and us in real time. Check out our merch store, which is another fun way to show your support. You can find details for everything on our website. That's idlinginttheimpala.com. Want to fuel our supernatural road trip? Consider joining us on Ko-fi. We have perks to go along with different membership tiers, and would love to have you along for the ride.
Speaking of perks, we've got special shout-outs for some of our Ko-fi members. From our Shotgun Picks the Music tier, we've got Runaway Dreamer, Crowley's Mistress, Sam and Dean 76, Elia, Charlie, and Just Whispering Fantasies. Thank you for picking the tunes in the car. Support like yours keeps our podcast going. Thank you! Don't forget, you can always support us for free by liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and following, rating, sharing on audio platforms. Engagement like that really helps us with the algorithms. All hail their benevolence. As always, we have the causes we support in the description. So from me, you have LGBTQ plus talking charities. From Sandra, you have mental health charities. And of course, the main causes that we are highlighting, championing, spotlighting are World Central Kitchen and Doctors Without Borders. If you want to know more about these causes, why we're supporting them, what they mean to us, check out idlingintheimpala.com. There's a page there called Causes Cause. So with that, we will say a huge thanks to Liane for joining us. Thank you for joining us in the back seat, and we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.